Hydration is key. And when it comes to body water, here's why. It has inositol in it, which is good for your brain. It has niacinamide in it, which is excellent for your circulation. And just the water itself is excellent for your internal organs and your joints. It has 7 grams of carbs, which is excellent for your energy source while you're working out. And it has each and every B vitamin that you need to remain energetic. Body Aqua. Be bold, be brave, and be only daring to yourself.
You're live with Alvin After Dark, brought to you by BMW Freeport, located at 291 West Sunrise Highway in Freeport, New York. Please visit the service department located at 100 Cleveland Avenue in Freeport, New York. Also sponsored by Master Pico Mercedes-Benz on Sunrise Highway. Also, friends of the show is BIG, Belize Independence Group, and FSADB, Friends Support Lodges of Belize. So what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing out there in Facebook? We have a new guest to the show. What's going on? How you doing?
Hi.
We have one of our viewers hanging out with us today. We have a good topic today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Erica Jordan. Nice to see everybody. Nice to be here.
So now you're on this side of the table.
Yes.
On this side of the screen.
Yes.
So we have a good show for today. We have this very interesting topic because we talk about these things amongst our sisters, Black women, Spanish women, Afro-Latino women, and it's talking about why is hair such a taboo topic amongst women of color, Black women, Afro-Latino women, Latin women, Hispanic women. And we speak about it, and we have some interesting topics or interesting comments actually on Facebook. And when I Googled it and looked up the research, as we spoke earlier,
Yes.
about women's hair, especially women's hair product, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the fact that it is a multi-billion-dollar industry, why is it, that we as people of color don't have a vested interest in this industry?
Absolutely.
And that all ties into the sensitivity and it being such a taboo of talking about, the do's and don'ts of Black women, women of color and their hair. And not just Black women, because Spanish women, Hispanic women go through the same challenges as we spoke about too,
Yes.
with their hair. It's also, if you think about, I was on the phone with several people. But I was on the phone with Suma this evening, and we were speaking about how Spanish women fit in that corporate America because they look, quote unquote, Caucasian American.
Yes.
That what they did had to straighten their hair. So the same challenges that Black American women have, the same challenges that Spanish American or Hispanic American women do have.
Yes.
So what are the things that you have right there?
50 things you should never say to a woman about her hair.
Now we're gonna go through the 50 things because it's a lot, and believe it or not, I went to Curl Fest this summer.
Yes.
And it was very interesting talking with these women about their hair, the women who have the natural look, and over the course of the years, women now have been going through the whole natural look process. Because they realize, one, these chemicals that they put in their hair
Aren't good for them.
Now, your sister. What are your challenges of being a woman who has gone through, from being a child and a teenager to now?
Many things actually. From the hating to get your hair done to the fights with your mother, like, I don't want to wear my hair that way anymore. No more, I don't want to wear my hair that way. Or I want one ponytail or two, or instead of the 3 ponytails with the big braids. When you start to get older, you want more grown-up hairstyles. Mm-hmm. And so those were many challenges. And also when we were kids are cruel, and when we grew up, and there were plenty of girls that had very short hair, and we used to tease. We were very big on teasing. Oh, your hair is nappy, or oh, your hair is not done. And yes, if you didn't go get your hair pressed and curled in order to go to church on Sunday, you know, that we did talk. Kids are cruel, and we definitely, you know, we would tease.
So, if you're watching, we got some people who are watching right now. Leslie Casey, thanks for tuning in. Guillermo Diaz, thanks for tuning in and watching. And please share our this show on your page, please. But we're going to talk about it. If you got comments, please comment on the thread. If you got, definitely we want to get everyone's, comments and things like that. But, the nicest thing is that as we moved on into the millennium, how now sisters are being much more cautious. But one of the first videos is one of the first pictures is such a cool picture, is a cartoon picture that I wanted to put up. And this is such a cool, it speaks volume.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it really does. And it's showing you, and if you are, once again, a woman of color, and I mean, my Afro-Latino sisters, my Hispanic women, Black women, Caribbean, West Indian, we all come from the same this melting pot. But this right here just speaks extreme volume, and it's such a great something to have in your shirt or something to have up in the house, because it speaks volume. And I grew up in a household with women, and when I grew up with my sisters, I didn't know of hair being good hair or bad hair. We just knew we had hair. And it was just my sisters have a lot of hair.
Right.
So they had long hair, but their hair was it wasn't to a point. Sometimes it was a pain in the ass for them. I remember growing up and things like that. But when you look back also at who created the hot comb. Why was it created? It was Madam C.J. Walker.
Right.
So if you look at that, we put that right there. So Madam C.J. Walker, she invented, because at that time, in that time zone, women of color, Black women particularly, wanted to straighten their hair. But we just didn't know that those products were products that, at some point, would be harmful,
potentially damaging. Right. Heat is definitely damaging for our texture hair, because it's usually, it dries out. So hot combs, again, because the heat tends to not be regulated, do damage hair.
That's right.
So yes.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read off some of the stuff on the list. And once again, if you have comments, please comment, chime in, and you said we're definitely gonna talk about it. I said, did you brush it today? don't ask. Yeah, you're right. Don't ask that question. Don't ask that question to a woman, particularly women of color, or Black or Spanish women, if she brushed her hair today.
Right. Absolutely.
Don't ask that question. But read what it says.
It says a woman's hair is a very sensitive part of her body, with so much of our identity wrapped up in our strands. We go to great lengths to get the healthiest and shiniest hair, even if this means letting a hairstylist do whatever the heck he or she wants. But it seems as though everybody has something to say about the very hairs that grow out of our scalps. Whether it's a backhanded compliment about being a redhead with super curly hair, insert carrot top joke here, or because unforeseeable haircut to remedy split ends and breakage, we've had enough of the hair hate. To put an end to this cycle, we put out a call out to our followers on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, asking for things you should never say to a woman about her hair. Memorize this list and make a change.
So we're gonna read the list. It's 1 through 50. Is that the doorbell? Somebody? Do we have a guest? Well, what's number one?
Number one, what did you do to your hair?
I don't think. I think it's all how you ask the question, right?
Absolutely. Not, oh my God, girl, that looks so good. What did you do to your hair? No, it's, what did you do to your hair?
Yeah, I think you're like, wow, what's wrong with my hair? What's number two?
That's an interesting hairstyle.
That's something, and I'm going to say this, but I've heard white coworkers say this to Black or Spanish coworkers in the workplace, and I think that it's particularly when it comes to white women addressing Black or Spanish women, they don't understand that line. They don't get it.
Right.
It's like and because they don't get it, it's like okay, they're fishing. I tell you a funny story. When I used to be a store manager this is when it was structure. This young lady named Monique was my employee, and she had her hair. She went and got a wash and set, so the hair was wrapped up, and she had the pins in the hair.
She had the doobie.
She had the doobie, right? So she's wearing a doobie. So Ilana, who's Russian, thought the pins in the hair.
The doobie was a hairstyle.
Was a hairstyle.
So controversy to what Rihanna wore to the award show. Doobie is not a hairstyle, ladies.
And it's not okay to wear in public, all right? So, all right, sisters, I'm wearing your doobie pinned up. So when I get to work, I'm the afternoon manager. I said, Monique, you have to let your hair down. I just got my hair done. It's raining outside. I said, but you're inside
now.
So let your hair down. So Alana goes, oh my God, I thought that was an actual hairstyle. Because I thought it was like a honeycomb hairstyle or a beehive or something.
When you don't know, you don't know.
But
right?
she just didn't know. She just didn't know. But Monique was pissed off at me because I made her take her hair down. And Ilana just didn't know that it was an actual, it was not a hairstyle. So, but those are the things, you definitely hear a white person,
right.
Say, what's number 3?
Number 3, your hair made you. Now, that's usually a big comment made when women that have longer hair tend to cut or go, like you said, natural or, go to a shortcut.
Yeah.
And number 4, you look like Miley Cyrus. I don't know if I've ever heard
that. White person to white person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. 5, your hair looks thin.
Yes. You definitely don't want to tell a person that their hair looks thin. And that could be a person, once again, who has worn, or it could be a person who's just, one could have cancer, or could be going through some type of depression.
Right.
Or stressed out. And
Absolutely.
Their hair is balding. So you definitely don't want to say it to somebody.
Right. Number 6 is your roots are showing.
What does that mean?
Well, that's either one for women that have chemically relaxed hair when you start to let your new growth grow too long, so they'll say your roots are showing, and then also when women dye their hair, so if they have grays or a different shade of hair, once it starts to grow out, then you see the grays, so they'll say your roots are showing.
Now, it's people always say why did you bring this topic up? It's because one Chris Rock came out with a movie a while ago,
right.
And it's called Good
Good
Hair.
Hair, yeah.
And if you have not seen the documentary on Good Hair, I saw the documentary, and I did not realize how much, once again, that the hair industry is a multi-billion dollar billion-dollar industry. And in India, little girls go through 2, I'm gonna say, cycles of hair length. They cut their hair, the hair gets shaved off, and it becomes a weave. And I didn't know that until I actually saw that movie. And I didn't realize also how much investment women put in hair and their hair products. And I think that it's I've been told that, is it a way where you're trying to re-identify who you are, or be something you're not, or add to your beauty?
I believe for many, hair is just an accessory.
Okay.
For some, it's just clothes, or excuse me. For some, it's clothes. Some people, red today, and I'm wearing blue tomorrow. Short, curly, weave for a week or 2, and then I want it long and flowing and down my back the next week. So for some, it's just an accessory. So it's just one more thing, to change, like you change your clothes. And then for others, it is some people identify with their hair. It is an identity, or crisis, or, when some people decide to go natural, it not just their hair, but they do a lot of other things, like, start to eat better and things like that. So sometimes it's a inside process, and then sometimes it's just something for show. So
and once again, I've noticed that I've seen certain women where the wigs have been real big lately.
Yes.
I'm not particular. I don't care.
A nice hair hat.
Sister Jenkins in church with the hair hat.
A nice hair hat.
But it has been, once again, I know growing up, you would see more women, especially growing up. We saw women or kids had extensions versus to hair weaves.
Right.
And as you got into being older, you saw people wearing hair weaves. And it's not just women of color that wear weaves.
Not at all.
Or extensions. Or add-ons or clip-ons.
Right.
Because there are a lot of white women who do it too, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Right.
And I think the sad part is that all we think is that it's just black women or Hispanic women that wear weaves or wear extensions or wear add accessories to their hair.
Hair, right.
And that's a big misconception. It's false.
It's big in showbiz.
Yeah, it's big, huge.
It's huge in show business. Hair clips for all races is huge in showbiz. Wigs, hair pieces are huge in showbiz.
Yeah.
So it's not just us. It's definitely not just us.
That's right. Now we're going to pause this and I put a picture up of Curl Fest. It was where it says Curl Fest. So we have the Curl Fest, and if you didn't go, I went to this event, and as I'm, I always do the research on some of the stuff, and I know that I spoke to a friend that I have on Instagram and Facebook, and her and I were talking because she had posted something earlier about someone. And I should have asked her if I could put her picture up, but I forgot. But she's going through something where she has embraced her Afro Latino look. She has short curly hair, and I know people are always I guess commenting on her hair.
Right.
But and I think she's a very attractive young lady. She's very beautiful. And she has short hair, but it's curly, and I think that people tend to mock her and things like that, but once again, I sent her a message saying embrace your beauty,
right?
And I think that no matter who you are, you should definitely embrace your beauty, there are women, especially, and I'm gonna go to the Latin side before I go to the Black American. There are 3 women. Go far to the right, all the way to the right, the bottom, that one, first one. The beautiful Sulma Vietoro. So this young lady here is a very beautiful young lady, and I know for a fact that she has challenges with her hair, and she is mixed with El Salvadorian and Puerto Rican, but it's not just a wash and go. You have to wash your hair, flow your hair. The next young lady next to her, Lurdy, who is who's Dominican, who is a beautiful lady. She's a makeup artist. Okay. And I think she used to be at Sephora. I don't know where she's at now, but she's a makeup artist, and she has gone through so much with her hair, trying to get her hair using different products that are now more natural than before.
Right.
What she's admitted to, she's straightened her hair, she's washed and set it. After talking with her, because I asked her, could I put this up? And I know from her Instagram and Facebook, she speaks about, because she is in that industry, how challenging it is for her being Dominican, that she's having these challenges with her hair. So, for the black women who are there, that our Hispanic sisters are going through the same challenges that Black American women go through. And the next person is a friend of mine out of, and that's Jasmine out of Florida. It's the same situation. She's naturally beautiful, a young lady. She is going through the challenges. I know she is a vegan, and I know she speaks about her hair in length on her social media. And these women talk about their hair in length, like, okay, what am I doing to my hair today? And just because and I'm gonna say this because I use those three women in particular because it is the mold of the Spanish woman who is of this pretty complexion or that light complexion, and they think that, or black women think that they don't have those same challenges.
Right.
When in actuality, they really do. Like,
right.
And because they're probably in a job where they have to be able to fit that mold, they've gone through those challenges in their work. So I had a train of thought. Let's see who's watching. I know Nakia El Mood is watching. Thanks for tuning in. What number were you on as far as the list?
Number 7.
Number 7. What's number 7?
Who did that perm, girl? I can totally fix that,
So that's a person insulting your hairstylist.
Right, absolutely. Number 8. You used to have such good hair once. What happened?
So that's like that's an insult?
Yes, definitely an insult. I don't think or a backhanded comment, one of the two, right? Number 9, why don't you do your hair like hers?
And yes, we spoke about that earlier.
Yes.
Fellas, if you're a man, or ladies, if you're a friend of your friend, I think what you should say is that hairstyle will
look nice on you.
Will look nice on you. You can't be like, that hairstyle will look nice on you. It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
How you say it, right?
Because listen, for every we said action is a negative equal to positive reaction.
Absolutely. And number 10, how long did it take to get your hair done? Which is a question that you often hear whenever you get braids.
I did this lady who had a weave, and her weave was actually, she made a lot of money. She almost paid almost $1,000 for her weave.
Oh, absolutely. I've heard of that and upwards.
So
weaves.
she almost paid $1,000 for her weave.
Yes.
I can't fathom. I paid $20 a week to get a haircut. I paid $20 a week to get a fade, line me up, but I'm.
Yeah, but you're a man. So.
True. Hey, Gail Carter, thanks for tuning in. I see you. Thanks for tuning in.
The next one is that a weave?
Yes. Like I said, personally, I grew up where, I have my cousins who are out, they're beautiful. I have cousins in California, cousins in the Caribbean, and growing up, hair was hair. Right. They just had long, thick hair, and whether it was pinned up or ponytail, especially being in a hot climate, it was a pain in the ass, So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about, why is it so taboo to talk about women and their hair, the do's and don'ts about, women of color and their hair, what to say, what not to say. It's crazy because one of my co-workers, suppose I wasn't there, mentioned something about the receptionist and her nappy hair. And I think he was joking. I know he was joking, but that's not how she took it.
Of course not.
And her being a young lady from, she's new, and she's from Haiti, and she was just like, yo, like, what the hell was that about?
Right.
And she just got a wash and set. Her hair was straightened, but she was a little offended by it.
As she should have been. Yeah. As she should have been. Absolutely. I don't take that away from her by no means.
So real quick, LA, we're gonna go through some of the natural pictures I sent you. Starting from, I can see that one. So take a look at some of the women who now, and I got this on Team Natural, which is on Instagram. So now women are now, especially women of color, are now embracing their natural hair. So they're getting away from the chemicals
and heat straightening.
That's right.
Because it's not healthy overall for your hair. Absolutely. And for your body, actually. They're not sure how these chemicals, ultimately affect you.
This is the cutest picture. I had to put that one. that was definitely such a cute picture.
She's adorable.
So once again, I kind of like I said, I wanted to, show everyone that that our people and our women come in different colors, shapes, and sizes, and just because once you go natural, you can do wonderful things with your natural hair as long as you know how to manage it. I think.
Right.
Well,
it takes time.
Yes.
And for many young girls, I'm going to say probably close to my daughter's age, so in their 20s, a lot of them didn't grow up doing their natural hair.
Yeah.
So some of them, this is a renewal for them. I mean, for women that were older like me, there weren't really perms when we were growing up, so we dealt with our natural hair when we were younger. But as soon as they became popular in the salons, everybody went and got them. So for a lot of the women that are my age, it's a renewal or going back to what you once knew. Right.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So the women, once again, women now embracing their natural beauty, which I think is amazing that they're doing that. I think it by far is outstanding. Where'd you stop at?
Let's see. Wow. Okay. Is that 12? Okay.
12?
So we're at
Okay.
12. I can give you the name of a good hairdresser. So, and number 13, is it supposed to look like that?
Yeah, I don't think that's a comment you should tell someone or ask someone if you
Ever, right.
You know.
And 14, is that paint in your hair, referring to gray streaks? No.
The gray streak thing has actually been new for the past couple of years now.
Yes, actually, young women, young ladies are now dyeing their hair gray. I'm not exactly sure why that would be a thing.
I happened to be out one day and I saw someone, and I think it's not, it doesn't fit everyone.
It doesn't.
And I saw this young lady out, and I think it suited her.
Okay.
But once again, once you're doing your hair, you have to make sure that we know what may suit somebody else is not going to suit you.
As opposed to making you look extremely old.
There you go.
Because that gray will make you look old, older than you are, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah. 15. Wow, it's so soft. It looks coarser. And like I said, someone has said that to me one time. Like, wow, I didn't know your hair was that soft.
And I think it just has to do with the lack of knowledge of our people.
Absolutely.
It's crazy because I asked this question on Facebook, and the outcome was remarkable. And I want to kind of read some of the stuff that people had said on Facebook about it. And when I was putting the comment up, I'm gonna about it, and I put that picture up. Like Lurdy says, our hair is very unique in every form. We clearly stand amongst the typical straight hair crowd. And actually, one of the young ladies, the Spanish ladies who's in the industry of hair and makeup, and she's Dominican. Amani Gross says, I have a picture of me and my girls just like this. The picture I showed you, the cartoon earlier, them doing their hair. And Renee Robinson says she loves the picture. So it's just a matter of, you accepting your likeness of your own hair, So it's and that's important. Also, when I posed the question earlier, why are women of color so sensitive about their hair? What are the do's and don'ts about black women of color and their hair? So some of the things I got was very interesting. So Sabrina Matos says, I'm not black, meaning she's not black American, she's Dominican. And I'm sensitive about my hair. I hate people touching it. So Gady, who's also, I'm sorry, Heidi Moreno, I keep saying Gady, but Heidi, who's also Dominican, says she used the right terminology because we are women of color, meaning me using the right terminology. Natasha Shiver says they will never want to get it wet. You know, what we know why women, black women don't want to get their hair wet. I guess that's at the pool party. Clay and Adrian says, "Don't touch my hair. Don't throw me in the pool unless I'm already wet. Don't touch my hair. Again, don't ask how long it took me to do my hair.
Right.
And don't worry about my hair unless you're paying to get it done."
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. And you said something earlier. You said they have been teased and shamed for many years about their hair. Nappy, bald-headed, no edges. Just name a few of some of the insults. How many wanted the light skin with the good hair we were growing up? And that's true. Right. That was actually true.
Everybody was like, absolutely. And get you a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's light skinned with good hair so you can make pretty babies. Absolutely. That used to be a big thing.
That was,
back
you're
in the day.
right.
Absolutely.
And you also said, when natural hair was or is embraced, the hairstyles are considered ethnic or too black.
Right. And yes.
Yes.
On occasion, right. That's another thing. Especially in the corporate world. And they just had an incident where a young lady was working at what's the name of the company that's affiliated with Gap and
Banana Republic.
Navy. Yes, Banana Republic, and she was at work, and she said, I guess a regional manager came in, and after the regional manager left, the manager of the store called her inside and said, your hair is not appropriate, and he asked her to please don't come back to work until you take the braids out of your hair.
That's crazy.
So, yes.
That's crazy. And you also said, when did the military finally box braids? I don't know. I'm in the military.
Right.
I know that.
Oh, well, and I know when I was in,
it was no-go.
It was a no-go,
yeah.
Right. All you were allowed to have was you could have 2 cornrows or 2 braids or more. So you could pull your hair back in a ponytail, but as far as box braids or multiple cornrows, it was against regulations for many years.
That's right.
Absolutely,
Right.
yes.
Also dreadlocks.
Years. Yes, that as well.
Also
Absolutely.
Monique Reed says, we don't have to wash it. We don't have wash and go hair, so it needs to last us a few days. So yeah, do not throw me in the pool. I just got my hair done. Katie Ann says, sensitive, yes, because of the time it takes to do and maintain our hair. However, we can do it so many styles. Cut it, weave it, braid it, curl it, twist it, and fro it. And I love it. Darlis, a friend of mine from Texas, didn't know I was being serious. So she was like, shut the fuck up, Alvin. And so because she knew I was being serious, she was playing with me until I said, that's the topic for my show tonight. And then, she kind of went on and started talking. Sarah Ortiz says, do not touch my hair. And I'll kind of read what Darla says because she's actually natural hair. She says, you have a valid point. I think women of color have officially and collectively arrived to the conclusion that we love our hair.
Yeah, right.
No, which is great. I think that's a great thing overall. And it's once again, it's so good to see sisters embracing their natural hair.
Absolutely.
And I think that it's such we've come to a point where it's a beautiful thing.
Right.
Lisa Singleton says, Alvin and Erica Jordan, it's a dead on point with her comment. Also, after the black woman has been shamed about her hair and resorted to wearing wigs and weaves, now is being ridiculed by men, and that's something else.
Right. Right. So I don't have edges or, I'm bald, and they say you can't grow it, sew it. And, a lot of, men and even other women are, oh, I hate weaves or they don't look good. But a word of advice is make sure you are washing and thoroughly washing your hair when you get weaves. So I don't have a problem with them. I just think they should be taken care of. And, because sometimes that's not always the case.
Alicia Gwen says, I've been ashamed about my hair my entire life. Growing up, my Puerto Rican side called my hair nappy, and my West Indian side called it mira hair. I don't know what that means. But it took me a while to appreciate my hair for exactly what it is. Beautiful. I'm not sensitive. I just don't take I don't take backhanded compliments about my hair. If my hair is straight, people treat me nicer. I get a whole lot more compliments and more men hit on me. It's ridiculous. Okay, I can definitely see that.
Right.
Danielle Bonilla says, plain and simple, don't touch my hair unless you're going to massage my head and give me a good blow dry. Rashida Ray says, if he's going to pay to get it done, then he can do as he pleases. This is expensive because my hair is natural. A wash and blow, cut, or flat iron was $75. I can eat a lot of food for $75.
Absolutely.
But the sensitivity you speak of is a result of stigmas. Watch School Days. That will help you get the concept. You know what? Definitely, you should definitely watch School Days. If you haven't watched School Days,
Absolutely.
if you have never watched School Days, you should definitely watch it. But you should watch School Days and the movie Good Hair. Renee Robinson says, growing up, there has been a comparison. The girls with nice hair, quote unquote, and the others. We're so messed up about texture to fit in, but now we know our worth. Natural. Now, Danielle Fontaine, who has natural curly hair as well, says, I don't think black women are sensitive about it. I think our response is totally and completely appropriate given hundreds of years of racist propaganda used to communicate to the world that we are unattractive. Racist propaganda was circulated to the antebellum South and the Jim Crow era, and even today solely for purpose of oppressing us for the economic needs of the rich. For example, if you have a group that is marginalized, they can be used for cheap labor. The propaganda is clearly a lie, but if the entire Western world and even the East has been programmed to see us as unattractive and less than, we have to go out of our way to remind ourselves that we are beautiful. That is a history lesson. That is a history lesson, though. All facts. I can't speak for Latinas, except that the Caribbean islands have been brainwashed as well. Everything African is deemed undesirable. Hence, the one-drop rule. Oppressing an entire race doesn't happen overnight. People need to inform themselves, though. That's why I got off the creamy crack. I refuse to let other people define my own sense of beauty based on racism. F that.
All right.
You know, so she had a lot to say.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, so it just goes to show you that and there's more. And once you Google it, you come up with so much topics.
So many topics, absolutely.
It's so many topics. Hey, Jamise Drax, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Before we go back on, LA, what's some more of the natural beauty here we got there? Let's get there you go. So we have the sister here once again. This is Team Natural on Instagram, and they have a great collection of women who have natural hair and things like that, and who are just naturally beautiful by far, who have embraced their natural curls. And I think it's a great thing. I think it's a beautiful thing, So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about, why is women of colors, the topic of hair, so taboo amongst us as people, But going back again, then again, I want to show the three Spanish sisters at the end again. The beautiful Zulma Villatoro, which is the next picture. I love to pull her hair.
All right.
Beautiful nerdy. And Miss Jasmine Love out of Florida. But we got some time left. We got 20 minutes left, and thanks to everyone who's tuned in. If you're tuned in, I definitely want you to share your comments. What number are you on now?
I believe we're up to 16.
We're up to 16. We got about a whole bunch left.
Yeah.
So.
Let's do this fast, right? Yeah.
No, you have to go fast. Take your time. Take your time.
Do you color it yourself?
Okay, what else?
17 is it makes your face look fat.
Yeah, you never want to tell a woman she's fat anyway. So I think telling the woman she's fat is a no-no.
Number 18, are you wearing a wig?
Yeah, yeah. No, you don't want to do that either.
Yeah, that's never a
something
good
you definitely don't want
comment,
to
yeah.
ask a woman.
19, did you get that cut, color, style, perm because you're having a crisis? Okay.
It's amazing because these are actual things that people have actually said to women about their hair.
20, is that human hair?
Where's there a difference?
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
Yes, please. Yes, you can use synthetic hair and you can also use human hair. So
Okay,
yes,
okay.
there is a difference.
I didn't know. I will tell you this. I look at some people who do put the hair weave on, and I guess it's affordability, but and I don't want to insult anyone, but sometimes I see people who have these hair weaves.
Take care of it.
Just take care of your hair.
Right, take care of it. Absolutely. Like anything else, you have to take care of it. Absolutely. 21, what hairstyle, look were you trying to go for?
Yeah, I guess it's how you act. Yeah, I guess your person like your hair.
Like, did you miss the mark with that one?
Like, girl, but you should have saw my girl,
Right. It's
Tanya, instead of the person you went to.
22, wow, your hair looks so big.
It looks big.
Big.
Okay.
Right. As in, yeah, you let it.
Yeah, poof out.
Right, yeah, fly over. Yeah, your afros, natural afros. I don't want those. 23, love your weave. Well, how do you know it's a weave?
That is. I've been with my sisters or my cousins, and someone asked them, "Is your hair real?"
Right.
And my sister's like, "Yeah, this is my hair." Yeah. Someone, last week, I was out last week, and this sister not only touched my face, but touched my hair, and she was a little tipsy when we was at Red Rooster, and I was. And she's with her boyfriend. That's the crazy part. She's with her man. He was like, "Yo, bro, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry." And he just kept apologizing. Yo, can I buy you a drink? No, but get your chick off
for me.
Touching my hair and my face.
24, I liked your hair the other color.
Okay.
25, really do not like your hairstyle. Again, that's not up to you.
Yeah, it's really up to you. Yeah. I don't comment on things like that.
And 26 is it'll grow out.
Some people hair won't grow out.
Yeah. A bad cut, right? Okay. 27, when are you going to get your hair done, baby?
Fellas, do not tell your lady that unless you're paying for it. If you notice, it says if you're paying to get my hair done, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
So don't say that.
Honey, that hair looks like a bird fight gone bad that got stomped on, chewed by a hungry dog, then pooped out, worms and all. Get that shit done.
That's something Medea would say, right?
Absolutely. 29, she should use Rogaine. Again, here we go, those comments about those edges and that thin hair, right? 30, I like your hair better this way. That's a man's comment there. 31, it's greasy. 32, she should get her money back.
I'm gonna read some of the comments on the Facebook too, right? So Leslie Casey says, "I always had long hair, but I cut it off to go natural. I wear crochet braids as a protective style. I do it in styles my natural hair can't do." Guillermo says, "Hair weaves go back thousands of years. Different African tribes and cultures used to put lion hair or horse hair weaved into their hair. Some was a sign of status." He also goes on to say that European culture, specifically in America, made it taboo. On the flip side of it, they would imitate those hairstyles that Africans use in Europe in Parliament. They would wear these big white wigs, and those were copied from Africans who did it before them. Gail Carter says, women of color, as all women, are sensitive about their hair because it is an extension of them herself. So we don't take well to people attempting to undermine our self-expression.
Okay. 33. OMG, who did your hair?
Yes.
34. A bedhead, huh? 35. Is that all yours?
Once again, don't ask people, those questions. Is that all yours?
36. Are you getting your hair done? 35. Why, darling, you're bald? Okay. Okay. 38. Oh, it's shorter than usual. Well, it'll grow out.
And sometimes it may not grow out.
Right? Absolutely.
What was the TV show Moesha? The heavy girl.
Yes.
She had a huge problem with. She actually was on. She was actually on one of the. I'm gonna say TMZ, but it probably wasn't TMZ. But she was on something like that where
or
she had
extra, right? She was talking about her, how she wore lace fronts during
right.
the show, and how the lace fronts pulled the edges of her hair out.
and burned her actual skin.
Right. So she literally had a receding hairline because of the lace fronts that she wore so often.
Yeah.
So yes, it didn't grow back.
Yeah.
So, whose hair is that, and why are you wearing it? Okay. 40. How is your wig? And 41. It makes you look old. Again, that's that gray hair. 42. Wow, you got big hair. 43. I think you need to color your hair. 44. It's just different, that's all. 45. Is it real? 46. Is fugly. 47. You look like Nicki Minaj. 48.
That could be a compliment for somebody.
Yes, for some, yes, absolutely. Well, it depends. Does she have the pink hair that Nicki used to wear, or right? 48. What made you get it like that? And 49. Is that how you're gonna wear your hair out?
And last but not least.
Anything negative at all. We all have mirrors, so we already know. All right?
So once again, we had about 10 minutes left, but the key thing was, and I kind of wanted to do a show on hair after I went to the Curl Fest. And what kind of got me into doing it, was the conversations I have in the barbershop, the conversations I have amongst, women. And there's so much out there. But with our women, it seems as if it's spoken, it's talked about amongst y'all against women.
Right.
Right. And it's like women, and I say this, to black women. It's not just you that go through the challenges of your hair. It's our Hispanic women too. They have the same challenges.
Absolutely.
Like speaking with Suma earlier, once again, they have to fit in that corporate world of looking white. And then black women had to fit in the corporate world of straightening their hair.
Yeah, as well, right?
But I say this, that if you haven't seen School Days, definitely watch School Days. If you haven't seen the movie with Chris Rock, Good Hair.
Good hair, right.
It would open up your eyes to the amount of money. Once again, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Because if I can do it, I would definitely do it. I'll start selling some hair products. I'm going to start selling some hair products because, and what's natural is, people don't believe it or not, what's real good is actually coconut oil,
Coconut
oil is actually good for your skin, and it's actually good for your hair. It's good for your hair follicles. How do I know this? Because I use it.
Beauty tip from Alvin.
I be having bad hair days too, Listen, It's greasy. It ain't easy. But once again, if you're just tuning in to Alvin After Dark, your first time watching this, we discuss entertainment, fashion, health, and relationship, and trending topics. I've created a platform for all entrepreneurs to come up here and market their product. I'm actually wearing my boy Rico's Freak Life hat collection. You can catch him on Instagram, FRK Life, Freak Life. I'm not wearing my Being a Me hat. I wear my Being a Me hat next
week.
Next week. Being a Me is gonna kill me. Kimberly will be back next month in November. So come, and the great thing is we have one of our viewers, our number one viewers here hanging out with us. So we gotta get. I either gotta get her a Freak Life hat or a Being a Me hat.
Okay.
So I promise to get you that. And I thank you for coming out. She came out in the rain. She came out to hang out with me in the rain, and it's cool. We met at the pizza place, and she paid for the pizza and stuff. So I appreciate that. She was quick with it too. She was quick with it. I appreciate her. And I've known her for some time now, so it's great to have you on the show and hang out. She's always on the side that you're on, where she's commenting and hanging out with us. So our sponsor, big sponsor, Body Aqua. If you don't know, Body Aqua is actually great. It's actually, and I was just telling her that I left the Body Aqua refrigerators in the house. I get so many, and Sherman Williams out of Atlanta, Georgia area sends me tons of it to give the folks up in New York.
Okay.
He's in 10, I believe he's in 10 Whole Foods in the South. He's my sponsor, and it's a veteran-owned business. So it's great. He's a veteran, and he's trying to market to the Northeast. He's in the Southeast. He's trying to market to the Northeast. So once again, if you know someone that has a product that wants to come on the show and market themselves, or talk, or sit down on the panel, and hang out with us, and talk with us. I know we're late. For some people, it's too late for them because they have to be up early in the morning, and they can't hang.
Yeah.
I totally understand it.
Absolutely.
They don't have too much going on, but I'll say something else. Oh, once again, I want to thank everyone who has contributed to the hurricane relief efforts in not only in Houston, and I know it's partially even Carolinas, Alabama, Mississippi got hit too. That weren't even talked about.
Right.
I know Puerto Rico is still going through the challenges that they're going through. Florida, the Keys are still going through these challenges.
And New Orleans actually.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah, had some bad storms as well.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be another tropical storm, I think, in the Gulf or Caribbean Sea, supposed to be brought up. And so one more supposedly before this hurricane season
The hurricane
ends.
season, yeah.
It's kind of, what's so amazing is how they said that this is going to be one of the busiest. No, that's not what they said. They said it's going to be one of the most active hurricane seasons this year. It's like they predicted it. It was on point.
Oh, it definitely was on point. Yes.
It was very active.
Oh, it certainly was.
It was very sexually active.
I don't know about that. I don't know how much pleasure it brought, so I'm not going to say.
There's some diseases out there. There's definitely some diseases out there. Once again, you can catch me at Alvin Peters 76 on Instagram. And and for all to the ladies, I say this: embrace your beauty. Especially the ladies who have gone through the challenges, especially in childhood, because we as kids can be
so cruel.
Cruel, very cruel.
Definitely.
Very, very cruel. My parents didn't let me grow up that way, but I think I called a couple of chicks Debbie headed a couple of times. In elementary school and junior high school. Not in high school, though. Not in high school. Actually, it's not true. Actually, I have a confession. One of my boys told me that I said to his baby's mother, and I don't remember saying it, but he said that till this day, I was in Mr. Jenkins' English class, and when she walked in class, I said, there must be a cold horse in New York. I don't remember ever saying that, but apparently I said it, and
she's hated you ever
and
since?
she's hated me ever since. 10th grade for that one comment. So that one comment has made her hate me since 10th grade.
Okay.
So I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
If you have not gotten over that comment in 7th grade, jump over bridge.
Definitely has issues. Definitely.
I mean, somebody laughed just now because it's body face. But you know, anything for the people before you leave, or
No, but thank you. Thank you for having me.
you missing? You're more than welcome to come hang out anytime. You know, like I said, I know my show is late. I know it's definitely a late show, and I know some people. Oh, where's Kim? Where's Being to Me? Being to Me now has he's doing some stuff with his working out.
Okay.
I believe he's working also with a football with kids or teenagers.
Okay.
I know Kim has to schedule her time with the kids. So I'm the only person that got no life. I got no
Okay.
I got no life. I just be up 11 o'clock at night on social media live.
Okay.
Talking about nonsense. No. But remember, I always say this. If you just tuned in, you missed. What you didn't miss was us talking about 50 things you should never say to a woman about her hair. So if you're watching this, you can recap it again and watch it back on my page. You can go to Erica's page and watch it. But hey, before we leave though, 'cause we got about 3 minutes left. LA, or I don't know if you can hear me back there, but I want to go through some of those pictures again of the ladies. They ain't paying me no attention. See, they just y'all back there paying me no mind.
Like, whatever.
Hey, LA, I want you to go through those pictures again of the ladies back in the back. He's just talking. This is funny. Hey, LA, can you hear me?
He's like, no, I think I'm busy. Okay.
What I wanted to show. Hey, LA, can you hear me? See, it's no fun. See, I wanted to go through the pictures of those women again, just before we leave. Okay. So we just roll through them again, just showing you the natural beauty of the women who are now taking their natural beauty, and that's on Team Natural on Instagram right there. So check out Team Natural, and it's such a cool site of and it shows you the actual products that these women actually use.
Okay.
Yeah. They happen to follow me on Instagram, and I follow them back. And then that's definitely a beautiful picture of the sister right there. And then that's the little girl. And definitely, and once again, the 3 Spanishes at the bottom. Once again, the 3 friends of mine. That one, the beautiful Miss Suma Villatoro. She's gonna allow me to pull her hair the way I want to, do some things. Let me start. She's actually Lurdy she does beauty tips and things like that, and she does she's a makeup artist. Another friend of mine is out in Florida, and once again she's a vegan, and these women have now embraced their natural beauty. But once again, remember, the good Lord don't put you through nothing you can't handle. It's all how you handle it. But here's the crazy part. You know that next month is Thanksgiving?
Yes. And the month after that is Christmas.
It's Christmas. Yeah, but that is 2 years. So if you just tuned in, once again, we're live every single Tuesday at 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. We discuss entertainment, fashion, health, relationships, trending topics. And before we leave, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. And we're from our sponsor, and we'll catch you next week. Same time, same place, 11 p.m. on Alvin After Dark.
All right.
Hydration is key. And when it comes to body water, here's why. It has inositol in it, which is good for your brain. It has niacinamide in it, which is excellent for your circulation. And just the water itself is excellent for your internal organs and your joints. It has 7 grams of carbs, which is excellent for your energy source while you're working out. And it has each and every B vitamin that you need to remain energetic. Body Aqua. Be bold, be brave, and be only daring to yourself.